like the world around me too much because it was kind of grim. I loved playing with the children in the neighborhood, you know, running out and playing. We could imagine anything and pretend anything. But then, you know, you grow up and you find out they make playing very difficult for you. So, here. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Oh, that's awfully close.
Awfully close?
Let's see, let's pull the table over. Frightening thing, you know. This object here.
Well, it's not a microphone.
Okay. 5 came out in 1 month, and Howard Hughes had just had his aeroplane accident, remember? And he sent for them, and I went to 20th, where Ben Lyon was head of casting, and didn't I tell you that?
No.
Well, he came out. There was a long waiting on hard benches. We were sitting out, people of all ages and sizes and everything. He came out, he says, "Who is this girl?" So he said, "I look so fresh and young," and I don't know what all. He was very enthusiastic. I mean, he said, he says, you know, you had high hopes for me. Well, they made a Technicolor test the following day, which was unusual, but they sort of sneaked it in. All of them got together in the talent department, and they put me under stock contract, for a year, and then I was dropped. And then I was hired at Columbia. Then when I was hired back after the Asphalt Jungle, you know, to 20th Century Fox, Zanuck said, "I understand you used to be here." I says, "That's right." "Well, things are quite different now." I said, and he said I had a 3-dimensional quality having to do with sex. He says, quite reminiscent of Harlow. And it was interesting since Ben Lyon had been saying that. Oh, yes. Yeah. Because, well, I wanted my mother's maiden name because I felt that rightfully was my name. I couldn't take my father's name very well.
Mr. Grant.
So I wanted at least something that was related. So I said, I want the name Monroe, which was my mother's maiden name.
Can't understand why.
The true things rarely get into circulation.
I'll take you down to the bus station.
Usually the false.
If I'm not back tonight,
yes, that's what she claimed. But as a friend of my husband's says, he was one of our lesser presidents.
Hey, thanks, pal.
Okay, partner. Miller is not in there yet. He's up on the rail.
Would you object if I ask him to have supper with us after this is over?
Characters you pick up.
Come on, let's go. A little trouble trying to get... Look, I'm talking about a guy called Jeff. Supposed to be a big shot. You don't know who I'm talking about, but listen anyway.
Oh, brother.
You can say that again.
So I tell this phony big shot, see, I said, listen, next year I think you better get yourself another boy. Hey! Hey, hello there. Hello, Father. Congratulations. Look.
Oh, it's gorgeous, John.
It ought to be 14-karat gold. Hey, Alan!
Johnny, I gotta talk to you.
I'll see you later, huh? Well,
Johnny.
this is a surprise.
You remember Polly, don't you?
Ah.
I am rapidly changing her into a skating pad.
Don't let him change a thing, gorgeous.
Let me have that. I'll break it over these thick
Take
skulls.
it easy, Jeff. I'm gonna tell you something. When I was a kid, I used to crave candy. I used to dream of having all the candy I could get. And then I got a job in a candy shop. I was sick as a dog for about 4 days. I finally got used to it. It's the same way. If you really want something in life, it's easy to go overboard when you get it.
Well, that's one way of looking at it, Father.
Johnny, Alan's throwing a little party tomorrow night. Sort of a good luck shindig for the internationals.
Pardon me. Johnny, we're going.
Yeah, well, okay, Father. Look, why don't you give this to Jeff? He might like to show it off in the lobby, huh?
Ought to make him very happy.
Yeah. Father O'Hara, I used to know him. Look, don't think I'm brushing you off, but I got a couple of interviews. Jeff wants to say hello to me. Probably wants to give me that old congratulations to the athlete of the year stuff. I'll see ya, huh?
Johnny, could I have your autograph?
Look, if you want an autograph, bring your own pen. Thanks. How about an autograph? Will you please break up the crowd? Thanks a lot. I gotta get dressed. You want to see me race tonight, huh? Well, give me a chance to get dressed. Those people drive me nuts. It's the same thing every night.
Mac Miller tells me there is a player's entry.
Trying to go for that guy, Mac Miller, huh, baby? Well, listen, tonight I'm gonna put him right in your lap. Gotta get dressed. See you later, kid.
Bye, Johnny.
Mary Reeves, number one, the Great American Girls Captain Champion, is out on the track now, alone on this particular sprint. A lot of blocking going on that track. Mary Reeves coming down the long straightaway.
Sorry. And one time, Andre Dienis, I went on an interview, and he said, so you do nudes? I said, no, I don't do nudes, never. So I always went around saying never. And then I got so far behind the rent, 4 weeks, and I was in debt and everything. So I called up and I said, are you sure they won't recognize me? He said, I promise. I met him the year he retired. He had already retired. And I saw him for about a year and a half, 2 years, and we married in San Francisco. Neither are true. My mother's first husband was named Baker. Her second husband was Mortensen, but she was long since divorced when I was born. So, on my birth certificate, I believe it says profession Baker. So she was just trying to think quickly, I guess, and said Baker. Well, in all my school records, it was Norma Jean Baker. In fact, I was always told, by the way, when I was very young, that my father was killed in an automobile accident in New York before I was born. When I was very young, I was told that. Yes.
As regards your mother, to you she was just a woman with a red hair.
Actually, she was. You see, when I was very young, I called every woman I would see. I'd say, "Oh, there's a mama." And if I would see a man, I'd say, "There's a daddy," or "Papa," I guess you say in French. So, to learn that she was my mother was quite a shock. You know, it was the woman with the red hair. The people I was staying with, I was about 3, and one morning I was having a bath, actually, and I referred to the woman as Mama, and she said, "I'm not your mother. The one who comes here with the red hair and so forth, she's your mother. Don't call me mother anymore. Call me Aunt so-and-so." But the one I was concerned was her husband. I says, "But he's my daddy." She said, "No. You call him Uncle so-and-so," although they weren't my aunt and uncle. I never lived with my mother. I don't know about the 12 days old. I don't remember, but I know I was very young.
Did you ever see that?
No. I used to ask where my mother was when I don't know, it was about Well, when I was put in the orphan's home, and I refused to go into the orphan's home, I mean, I said, I saw the orphan, I could read at 10, orphan, and I put my feet down on the sidewalk, and they had to drag me in. I said, I'm not an orphan. And so, I thought, well, she's dead somewhere, and then later, some people said, well, it's better you forget about your mother. I said, but where's my mother? And I said, well, it's better you forget about her. She's dead. So I was told that. So whatever, invented, I don't know what they mean by it. It was all kind of vague. You know, I couldn't find out anything for sure. I wasn't 8 because when I was 8, I remember where I had, when I had a birthday at 8 years old, and so I would still be 7, and my mother did buy a home, but I didn't see her very often. It was very, well, the circumstances very unhappy and kind of haphazard. I didn't see her very much.
Good wife.
Would you like to appear in a play written by Mr. Miller?
I'd like to work up to that someday, I suppose.
Is he writing anything for you yet?
No, not really. He's working on something, but I met him in California in 1951.
Where was that?
Well, it was on a set of a picture called Young as You Feel. I had a small part of it. And I hadn't seen it since until
When did you, until you moved to New York? When was that approximately?
Last year.
So you met him last year, then?
Yes, again.
Have you been engaged long?
No, just a few days.
How long ago did you decide to get married? I mean, was there talk about it before the formal engagement?
Well, it's, a little, maybe.
Who proposed first?
Well, I really believe he took the initiative, but we were both sort of talking at the same time. Simultaneously.
Did you hear any of his testimony today before the committee in Washington?
No, I just heard it.
How do you feel about it?
Nothing.
And,
After we get out.
Everybody move back now. How about all of you come back out here? Let's go back.
Somebody should question you. Somebody should question you.
I think, why don't you...
All right. Look, the way we always were, I'm asking somebody who's forcing you to do it.
Who's going to question you?
We'll all three question.
All right, fine.
This is the way we always work.
Mr. Miller, with a little bit of peace until it happens. So that's about it.
Miller, have you heard yet on your passport?
No, I haven't.
Mr. Miller, about that, the House Committee gave you 10 days, I believe, to give the names of the people you didn't give when you were at the hearing down there. Have you any comment about that at this time?
Well, that's business between
the Congress and myself, and I don't think that it is proper for me to make any comment at this time.
But would you answer this, Mr. Miller? At the time you refused to name names, would you tell us why you refused to?
It's all in the record.
Well, I wonder if you'd state it here.
I'm not in a situation now where I would want to go into that. I think it's all quite clearly stated in the record of the Congress, and I'll stand by that.
In the event that you are not able to go, will Miss Monroe still go?
Oh, sure. She's got to go. She's got a contract to go.
Well, that means you may not have a honeymoon together then.
I think we will.
I hope so.
Miss Monroe, a school teacher just got a letter from an 11-year-old boy in which he was to write about 3 wishes, what he would do with 3 wishes. And he said that he would like money first, and second, to be an engineer, and third, he said, when I grow up, I'd like to have a blonde. She has to have blue eyes. She has to be like Marilyn Monroe. This is my life. Now, you were the 3rd choice on that.
I'm flattered.
Miss Monroe, a rival of yours, and Miss Diana Dawes has arrived in the United States. Is your going to England just a coincidence, or is it any kind of an exchange arrangement? So we won't be lonesome while you're gone.
Well, I'm afraid not. We've made arrangements about the Sleeping Prince, well, nearly a year ago. I mean, it's been going on.
Well, have you met Diana Dawes?
No, I've never met her.
Have you ever seen her in films? You ever seen her act?
No, I haven't.
Then you're not in a position to comment on.
Sorry.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Thank you.
Been here, Miss Monroe.
Since the beginning of the trial.
That was gutsy.
Has the trial upset your personal life to any degree, Miss Monroe?
I would like to say that I'm fully confident that in the end my husband will win this case.
And it didn't upset your professional career at all? It didn't stop anything you were working on at the time?
No, I haven't been working recently.
And what are your plans when you return to New York?
Well, we hope to go back to our normal life.
How long have you been here, Miss Monroe?
Since the beginning of the trial.
That was gutsy.
Has the trial upset your personal life to any degree, Miss Monroe?
I would like to say that I'm fully confident that in the end my husband will win this case.
And it didn't upset your professional career at all? It didn't stop anything you were working on at the time?
No, I haven't been working recently.
And what are your plans when you return to New York?
Well, we hope to go back to our normal life.
How long have you been here, Miss Monroe?
Since the beginning of the trial.
That was gutsy.
Has the trial upset your personal life to any degree, Miss Monroe?
I would like to say that I'm fully confident that in the end my husband will win this case.
And it didn't upset your professional career at all? It didn't stop anything you were working on at the time?
No, I haven't been working recently.
And what are your plans when you return to New York?
Well, we hope to go back to our normal life.
To be a fine actress, a true actress, that's what I mean by fine, a real actress. I would like to be happy, but who's happy? I think trying to be happy is almost as difficult as trying to be a good actress. You have to work at both of them. Well, I think comedy is harder for me. I mean, it's just harder to act comedy, I think. For me, it seems that way. But I would like a variety of parts. You know, dramatic, sometimes comedy. Not musical too much because I never studied it. I always wanted to, but I never did, and it's very difficult. And after you finish it, they say, "Oh, you just did it like that," and really all you do is so much.
Looks so easy.
Looks easy. Looks like you just walk through it. And I've never studied that, either singing or dancing. Really. It is. It takes its toll. I think an artist, I consider myself becoming an artist, so you excuse me, some people will laugh. I don't apologize to you, but to them I apologize. Sometimes, the work is so, you try to be true, and you feel sometimes it's on the verge of a kind of craziness, but it isn't really craziness. It's really getting the truest part of yourself out, and it's very hard, I mean, it's not easy, let's say. And yet it can be very simple at the same time. Being an artist, because sometimes you think, oh, well, all I have to be is true, but sometimes it doesn't come so easily. Well, I always have a secret feeling that I'm really a fake or something, or phony, or you know how people feel about themselves. They have something secret they feel about themselves. I always feel that. I know my teacher says, why do you feel that about yourself? And then he started to say, but you're a human being. I said, yes, I am. I said, but I feel like I have to be more. He says, no. He says, you start with yourself, Lee Strasberg. I think probably he changed my life more than any other human being that I've met, including everyone. Because when I started to work with him, I would sort of assume something. And he says, what are you doing? I said, well, I have to get into the part. He says, no, but you're a human being, so you start with yourself. I said, but with me? He said, yes, with you. So, in a way, if you can concentrate correctly, I don't mean deep thinking where you pounding the skull, but if you can just concentrate simply, that's what I mean about being easy. Anyway, he helped me a great deal. I have a hard time at it. I don't know. I might leave something out, but I won't put anything else in extra. I might leave something out because to my benefit or somebody else's benefit, hurt people or hurt myself sometimes, We all want to protect ourselves also. So I might leave something out, but I don't think I'd... no, I don't think I lie. At least if I would try, it's difficult. But I do want to be wonderful. When I walked out of 20th Century Fox and I went to New York and I stayed for I don't know how many months, 15 months, 13 months, I don't know how many months. And the lawyer, he said, he was telling me about my tax deductions, my I don't know what, and about, the lawyer for 20th Century Fox. And I said, I don't know about that. I only know I want to be wonderful. Because you say that to a corporation lawyer, he thinks you're mad. And that's at the bottom of everything, that I do want.
People were making them up. It's not true. There was nobody there that smart.
They never made them up.
And they're often more abashed by them, horrified.
Yeah, like, they ask you questions like, just an example, what do you wear to bed? You wear a pajama top, the bottoms of the pajamas, or the nightgown, or what kind of... So I said, Chanel No. 5. Because it's It's the truth. And yet I don't want to say nude, you know, but it's the truth. Or, I don't know, all of those things come from the truth. If you ever get any of those things you want to ask, what does it mean, I'll tell you where the truth comes from or what it does mean. Because as I say, I leave things out. I don't elaborate sometimes. But it'll be from the truth. Because otherwise it's hard to know where to start if you don't start with the truth. Okay, here I get up early in the morning. I jump into my clothes, get my belongings together, get in the car, and I have a driver. He brings me to the studio. Then I have somebody waiting here who makes my breakfast. Then they start with the hair and the makeup, and I eat while they're doing my hair. And then they leave it that way while the makeup man, he comes in, he does the makeup. And then they comb out the hair later. And they put on the body makeup and then the clothes. I don't like to rush this process because I find if I rush, I'm very tired. By the time I have to do a scene, I'm all worn out from rushing through the hair and the makeup and the clothes. So I like to do it leisurely, like I like to dress when I go out in the evening. I love to dress leisurely. I like to soak in the tub, then leisurely. I like music. It seems that we're rushing too much nowadays. That's why people get nervous. Well, I don't think I'm late all the time, but maybe it is because I can't go as fast as other people. You know, people that get in automobiles, they run into each other because they never stop. They're going like that, and I don't think that mankind, it's intended for them to go like that. They're not supposed to be like machines. And I think you get more done the other way, by doing it more sensibly, more leisurely. Mr. Cukor on this film has been very wonderful to me in as much as he lets me come in an hour later than I would usually come in. So it helps because I'm fresher at the end of the day. It helps. He says he does it for my work, and I think it's so. I think actors in movies work too long hours. The hours are too long. Always, nearly always. Sometimes I feel a doom set over me. Just as I'm walking on the stage, it's just like a doom sets on me. I don't know why, but I get over it sometimes. Sometimes it lasts all day. I want to do my best, the best that I can do in that moment. When the camera starts until it stops. That moment I want to be perfect. As perfect as I can make it. I used to go to movies on Saturday night when, for instance, when I worked in a factory, and that was my only time that I could enjoy myself, really, that I really relaxed.
Okay.
503.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars, and let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing.
Darkness falls and she will take me back.
A love so sharp it cut like a switchblade to my heart, words tearing me apart. She tears again my bleeding heart. I wanna run, she's pulling me apart. Fallen angel cries, and I just melt away. She's a mystery to me. She's a mystery girl. She's a mystery girl. She's a mystery girl. She's a mystery girl. Haunted by her side, it's the darkness in her eyes that so enslaves me. But if my love is blind, then I don't wanna see. She's a mystery to me. Night falls, I'm cast beneath her spell. Daylight comes.